In a quiet town, nestled between forgotten hills, lived a shoemaker named Harish. His shop was small, crooked walls, dusty shelves, and the smell of leather soaked into the air. He didn't make much, just enough to eat, patch the roof, and keep his tools oiled. But one morning, Harish looked at his shelf and realized something. He had only one pair of shoes left. They weren't fancy, simple brown leather, but well-crafted, strong soles. He had worked on them for days, knowing they'd fetch enough to buy food for 2 weeks. He stared at them, admiring the stitch. "This," he whispered, "is my lifeline." Just as he wrapped them to sell, the door creaked open. A boy stepped in, skinny, clothes torn, eyes sunken. "My mother says I shouldn't ask, but I need shoes for school." Harish looked at the boy's feet, bruised, blistered, barefoot. His heart clenched. "I can't pay," the boy said. "I'll come back when I'm older. I'll fix your roof, or make tea, or anything." Harish stayed silent. His fingers tightened around the box. He had no savings, no backup. This sale meant dinner. But then he unwrapped the shoes. He knelt, slid the shoes onto the boy's feet. They were a perfect fit. The boy blinked. "Why?" Harish smiled. "Because someday, when you walk far, I want these shoes to remember where they started." The boy hugged him tight, then ran out like the wind. That night, Harish had nothing to eat. He sipped water, stared at the empty shelf, and whispered, "I hope it was worth it." The hunger gnawed, but regret didn't come, because in his bones, something warm settled. Not full, but fulfilled. Days passed. Rain leaked through the roof. Business stayed slow. People said he was foolish. "Giving away your last product? Are you mad?" He just smiled. Some returns aren't in coins. One afternoon, a black car pulled up. Out came a man in a tailored suit. He walked in, placed a box on the counter, and said, "You gave my son shoes." Harish looked confused. The man opened the box. Inside was the same pair, cleaned and polished. "He wore them every day," the man said. "Talked about a shoemaker who believed in him. He just won a scholarship. He insisted I come see you." Harish touched the leather, worn but still strong. "Seems they remembered their journey," he whispered. The man pulled out an envelope. "This is for you, not charity payment, for believing before results." Inside was more than Harish had earned all year. His hands shook. "This is too much." "No," the man smiled. "It's exactly right." Harish fixed the roof, bought better tools. But more importantly, he made a new shelf. Not for selling, for giving. One pair, always reserved for someone in need. People started visiting not just to buy, but to listen. They sat on his creaky stool and asked, "Why did you really give those shoes away?" And Harish would say, "Because I wasn't giving shoes, I was giving a start." Years later, the boy, now a grown man, returned. He hugged Harish and said, "I teach now. I tell your story every year." Harish chuckled. "Then those shoes are still walking." Not every investment comes back in cash. Some come back in footsteps, in stories, in changed lives that echo where they began. So, if you're ever down to your last good thing, and someone truly needs it, don't ask, "What do I lose?" Ask, "What do they gain?" Because sometimes giving away your last is the first thing that makes you rich.